I wouldn't bring it up if you didn't post them, but you posted them. Sheléa, to the tune of Shantae Moore's Shantae Got a Man.
She's got a man at home.
How are you? Look at you.
Oh, I'm doing so well, girl. I don't multitask well, and so I've had a lot of things I've been juggling just this week that I just have to get done. So, it's but you know what? I have to reframe it. I'm blessed to be busy. These are like times we have never lived through. But to me, that has been what has kind of kept me in focus, is just trying to stay grateful for every part of it. Grateful that I don't have, that I have to step up, because it's showing me how strong I really am.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody gonna come save you, boo. You gotta save your damn self.
Especially Black woman. Like, listen, always saving ourselves and having to, just figure it out and pick up.
Yes.
And keep it moving. But that is a tough thing to do in a time like this. So, like, how are you getting yourself together? How do you pull it off every day?
Girl, I just feel
I don't be pulling it off. People be like, how are you? I'm like, y'all, 5 minutes before this interview.
To me, it's doing my best. Just doing my best, doing it with passion, and doing it with love, and I feel like it doesn't have to be perfect. If people feel your heart and people know where you're coming from, I feel like that has been, very, very defining for me in this year. I think I'm allowing myself to be a little bit more vulnerable too, and open up a little bit more than I have in the past. And I feel like my fans, I feel like they're responding to that authenticity, and I've always kept it real, but I kept that little box small. Now I'm kind of making that box a little bit bigger, to where I'm allowing you to see a little bit more about who I am as a person. And I think I'm putting that into my work, and that is I feel like it's real, and I think it's making a difference.
Well, I think that is what the entire world seems to be calling for these days. Like, a lot of what this time is doing is allowing stuff to be just right in front of our faces without much distractions.
Yeah.
And like, a lot of reckonings have been happening, and vulnerability. Our girl Brene Brown says that that's the power, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
How did you find your vulnerability, especially because of what you do is such a on display spotlight kind of thing?
It's crazy. I naturally I'm just a private person, you know what I mean? Just naturally. Like, there's even certain things that, like, even like my family, like, that I'll let them know something like, wow, we had no idea. I'm kind of a deal with it yourself kind of girl,
Yeah.
So when it came to my career, it's like, when I sing, and everything is out there, like literally my heart is out there. So it's like, that's enough. That's as vulnerable as I'm gonna get with y'all.
Right? Out here,
especially like when I get emotional and I cry, like that's just so vulnerable. And so I just kind of felt like that was that, and then my personal life was my personal life, and I kept it very separate. And it's crazy, because the top of this year, right before everything just kind of broke, or shut down, I should say.
All of the above.
all of the above. I did an interview. I did a show with Dorinda Clark Cole, who I depict in the Clark Sisters biopic. And she, we were talking, and then she just asked me just straight out. I just didn't expect her to go there. She just said, is there somebody in your life? And I just told her.
Is that?
I'm stuttering like I am right now.
That's what you got.
And, I just didn't think it was going there. It was like a religious like show. So I'm thinking it was just going to be about the movie and but she went there.
She hit you.
And so I told her, that I didn't have someone at the time, but I was just very happy, which was true. So deeply, deeply happy, and how love has so many forms. And I feel very loved and very celebrated and cherished right now. And I got my little friends. And so she said, God is going to send you somebody, and
I receive it.
I kind of felt like I was being disingenuous at that point, because it was almost like you hadn't been married. And so I was like, well, I have to be honest with you. I have been married. And that was the first time I ever talked about my divorce publicly.
Oh, wow.
And so I look back on that time, that was in March, and I kind of feel like that set the tone for just me just showing more vulnerability and my weaknesses and strengths and what's really going on with me, and not just this Sheléa ready to sing, it was more of the totality of who I am. And that was, to me, what kind of broke the barrier to be more vulnerable. Well,
I know that word can be getting me sometimes too. I think within that, I'm just so enthralled, because I'm like, how much did it open up, Sheléa? Because I wouldn't bring it up if you didn't post them, but you posted them. Sheléa, and to the tune of Shantae Moore's Shantae Got a Man.
She's got a man at home.
Woo! I love it.
It's crazy. So I have ever posted a man. Ever.
That's why I'm bringing it up also, because I know it's social media, whatever, but you're a public figure. Be out here making people look crazy sometimes with their actions, no matter how publicly connected you may be, and no matter how much celebrity may be attached to you. So I'm like, okay, she posted them. What makes you feel safe enough with this man to be able to express it openly?
Ooh, girl, go ahead and just go for it. Just go. Let's just dive on in there. I will say this. This is he's my Phil. His name is Phil, Dr. Phil, Dr. McDaddy, Flashy Phil. He's got all these little names that I've given him. I called him Flashy Phil because on our first date he showed up in a Maserati. I'm like, nigga, you are so flashy, but it's cute. I love it. But we went to school together. Actually, we were in college together, and just I always thought he was attractive. I mean, he's a gorgeous man, but it just, the timing was wrong. I was dating someone else, and it just wasn't the right time. And but the very first date we went on, he said. He took me to, he knows the ocean is my happy place. So we went to this place in Malibu, just right off the ocean. And he said, we were just talking about our experiences that we had been through. And for some reason in this relationship, honey, I am being so honest. I am not sugarcoating nothing. I'm just who I am. And it's like, you either like it or you can cease and desist. Like, I
love a good cease and desist. Thank you for your services.
So I've just been putting it out there, and so we've been very transparent and very honest with each other from the jump. And after just kind of somewhat exchanging war stories, he said, all we need is just new paint, to just paint over all.
Thank God. He better just Okay.
And I feel like he is just, I'm just repainting, and it's like, yes, you are aware of who you've been with, and we all have exes. Most of us have exes, but to me, it's like this is such a new thing, and it's like it's just the no. It's
I
just
love
new,
it.
and I'm very I pay attention to my energy around people, and
Mhm.
if I'm being drained, or if I'm being charged, if I'm, if I'm uplifted, or am I, and I feel so calm around him. I feel so calm and so happy and hopeful. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going for it. Like,
Girl,
like
he got you open.
I'm gonna put all those old rules that I had in place before, like, let me not do this too soon, let me not post this. I'm like, you know what? I'm living my damn life. I'm just gonna live it, and he makes me feel safe to live it out loud. And let me tell you something. Anything can happen. So I'm not like, okay, I know
Right.
I know what I want it to be, but if things don't happen, things don't happen. But it's like at this time, I am happy, I'm present, and I'm just living my life like it's golden.
Yeah. Girl. You just better. I love that. You all happy and it's cute and y'all are doing it and it feels
Yeah,
good.
it feels good. But I do want to make this very, very clear. Like, Mama was happy before. Like,
Okay. Also that.
Mama was super, super happy before. And
Also
and
that.
I have said many times, my Shea babes know this, like, this is kind of like something that I live by. It's not Phil's job to make me happy. That's Sheléa's job. That's an inside
Exactly.
job. It's not his job to bring me peace. It's his job not to disturb my peace. Because Mama already got it. You know what I mean?
Amen.
So I just feel like it's important, not only for just women, people, but specifically women, because I feel like we just want to be chose. Like, we want to be chosen. We want to be, and choose yourself.
Yeah.
Love on yourself. Choose yourself. And I think when someone who is worthy will see that in you, and I think that's what attracts a certain kind of guy to women, is they see that this person is whole, this person is happy, they're already doing their damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be saved. You know what I mean? It's that's just not what it is. So it's like we're living life together, and I think we are both loving that. You know?
Yeah. Because a lot of folks be like, oh, well, when you're this strong woman and all this and that, like that's not something that a man can handle and whatever the case may be. But I feel like there's so many ways to be strong and still need someone, to be strong and
Yeah.
still be vulnerable, to be strong and still, want to lean on someone. So I just
Yeah.
don't agree with that dialogue around a woman who is strong and independent.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah, I 100% agree. I 1,000% agree. Because it depends on what kind of guy you're looking for. Because I want someone. I need a king. I need a king, because this is a queen right here.
Hello,
So
it's me again. Do you hear
so he loves my strength. He loves it. Like, he cherishes that. Like, he
mm,
loves that I'm a boss. Like, he loves that. But that's because he's a boss. Like, he's not threatened by it. So, you just got to find the right ones. Some people, some guys they like the frailty of a woman, and I'm not even knocking that. But my mama didn't raise me that way. My
I'm just
mama
not
raised
that way.
me
But I
like,
can't, like, please allow me to be a damsel. I would love to. I would love to try it out.
it
But
ain't
I'm
in me.
not.
It ain't in me. It ain't in me.
It's not me, but I'll try it on for a minute.
Right.
Take care of me a
Let me
little
try
bit.
this out. It's cute. It's cute.
You know? learn to cry in a Maserati, Sheléa? Like, if it's like.
But I want to be so clear. Like, I am not into. I'm not into that. Like, people who really know me well, they know. Like, you know, I'm not saying I was dating broke niggas, but
Well, sis, some of
a
us.
sister had to help them out sometimes.
Some of us are tired. Please pull up in a Maserati. I'm just like,
it's just different. It's just different. But I'm not into materialistic kind of things like that. I get my own. And he's not into that either. He likes nice things. I love that about him. But he doesn't lead with that. Like, he literally has like a heart of gold. Just, you know, would give anything.
Now, are they making more of him in the factory, or like, where do we go?
You know, I thought that on Dorinda's show, I was like, you got the last one, Dorinda. You got the last thread. You got the last thread. I believe
that they are extinct, but those are a lot of really great qualities to put inside of a man.
I know. I feel so, like, I do feel blessed. I'll say this. I feel blessed. I definitely feel blessed. And he feels blessed. You know, we both feel, it's like, you know, being in sometimes you think it's easier for a guy to find I've always thought that it was easier for
I've always thought that as well. Given the amount of, like, even just going through my little circle of people, I'm like, there's a lot of single awesomeness that exists there.
Yeah.
And it's not the same ratio for the male side.
It doesn't seem that way, you know, but I do think that for a certain kind of guy who really wants something super genuine and, you know, has a certain filter that they have that they're looking for, it can be hard for them too. So it's like,
yeah,
you know, I wasn't looking at all, like whatsoever at all. I was super happy with how things were. I loved my life, and I felt like when it happened, it would happen. And I think he felt the same way. But you know, you kind of keep running into like certain types of guys. You're just like blank stare, like, what is going on?
Are you serious?
Like, I mean, like, when I really want to, like, what will I do when I really want to? But, you know, so I think it's hard out there for both. You know.
Respectfully harder for us. I'm sorry. I'll be like, Lord, please. But no, thank you for sharing your information about your bae. I was like, oh, she is out here in all the love. Okay. We love to see it. We rooting for y'all. Doctor, don't make us have to come for you.
I know. He's so sweet.
But no, he seems, girl. Just tell me when the family reunion is, so I can just
just pop
see what else is out there. See what else is out there. Well, I ask everybody before that comes on here if you could tell me, besides your name, who you are, like, how do you identify as yourself, and then like something that you love most about yourself, or most about who you are as a person.
I identify, I mean, I know it's so obvious, but it's just like, I just feel like music is what keeps me alive, you know? So I definitely identify as a creative, someone who always sees art in everything, you know, I see or experience. You know, I'm always able to find the art. A quality that I admire and love about myself. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's a lot of qualities to choose from, and there was a time where it was hard to do that, because I come from a church background, still love the Lord, and you know, I actually miss church now, but in church, sometimes it's this weird thing that happens to where they want you to be so humble that you almost see yourself as small.
Yes.
And I had to find this I realized that when I make myself small, I make God small. And in connection with that, I started speaking a lot kinder to myself. And even after like the major F ups, I still have tried to really pay attention to that inner voice. And so over the years that has, because I actually used to be real mean to myself. That inner voice was ruthless. It was, just saying all kind of mean, unkind, unhelpful things when I felt that I let myself down, or I was frustrated, or I messed up. So now there's a lot to choose from. Because there's so much of myself that I celebrate. I love how resilient I am. I love that nothing is going to keep me down. It might knock me down, but a bitch is going to get right back up.
Yeah.
I love that I am forgiving. But I also love that this past year and a half, I have learned to create boundaries for myself and actually put my emotional needs first. And that was something that I didn't do so well. And it was almost like I felt like there was so much amazing going on in my life. It's like, oh, you can eat a little bullshit. Like just like 1 or 2%. Well, it's like, and now I'm just like, no, I don't have to eat any of it, actually. And so I'm definitely proud of myself that I've been able to kind of create those boundaries. And I like how loving and open I am, the way I embrace people. Like I love people really, really hard. My fans know this, like it's not fake. Like I love them also. I love them deeply and authentically. And I could keep going on, but that was 3, so I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I love
well, you said there is a list of things. That's such a great place to get to.
Yeah.
It really is. Because I know a lot of us, outwardly might be like, oh yeah, I like myself, but like, do you really like you? Like, have you gotten to a point to understand who you are enough to know whether or not you like you?
Yes.
Yes,
exactly. And sometimes that takes some time with yourself. I know for me, like I have always had somebody in my life. Always. It's like, it's always somebody, And for this, before I met Phil, I had been single for almost 2 years. In terms of and not having one person. I'll say I have my friends now. I have my friends.
Y'all know who you are.
But to me, I felt like that time, just to be alone with myself. It definitely allowed me to just do some real introspection and some real work on me, and just able to really love on myself in a different way, and to pay attention to myself in a way that I wasn't always able to do as much when you have that special man or special person in your life.
Right. That's true. I love that. Listen, sometimes people don't get the chance to be doing that and to get to that point. So go ahead, girl. Because it's hard. It really is. It's really tough.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about your voice, because it literally can do all the things. Everything it wants to even do. So I can carry like 1 or 2 tunes. I'm a karaoke girl. I be singing around the house like I got it. Like,
you better sing, girl.
I be in the pocket and just not there at all. But if I had a talent like yours, I wonder, do you feel like, is there something that you can do with your voice that you know that you got, and you're just like, I love that I can do that. Like singing Mariah, I know I ain't got it. I
Right,
know I ain't got Whitney.
right.
But like,
You
you
know,
can get it.
right. I can't do those whistle notes. My Shay babes be laughing at me. I be joking trying to do those whistle notes. But no, I I have gotten to a point where I do enjoy what I'm hearing. And that can be very weird sometimes, because as a singer, like when we're in the moment, like we're singing, and it's like it's an energy thing, you know. Um but I have been able to slow it down to where it's like, yes, I'm giving you guys everything I have, but then I'm also experiencing it as the listener. And that's when you have no nerves. That's when you're completely free. That's when you're able to do that. And
Yeah.
so yes, what I'm singing is like, sing, bitch.
You'd be like, whoa, that.
But it's more about I'm feeling it, not so much sonically what I'm hearing. Like, okay, did I hit the note? Was the run clean? I always gauge it by did do you believe it? Did you believe it? Did you make them believe it? Because I always say I have to believe it first for me, for you guys to believe it. So it has to be so real and authentic and personal for me. And so I think a lot of times, like my fans, that's what they're hearing. It's like, this is not just a performance. Like this is literally me going inside of a song and bringing it to life from the inside out.
Right.
Oh,
But yeah, girl, I'm saying though. You know you got a thing that you're like, this is that Sheléa. That's that Sheléa. The Sheléa layup.
but you know, for me, honestly, like there have been performances that I have felt horrible about, because it's so physical, and so if a note felt weird coming out, you know, maybe it was like a little fatigue or I was a little hoarse or something, I'll think it sounded bad because it felt bad. And then I'll actually go back and
And then
listen
we're like,
to it, and I'm like, okay, it didn't feel good, but it sounded good, you know. So to me, I just, that's not really my focus. It's just I want to just be present and authentic and real, and I just want you guys to feel everything that's inside of me, you know. So that's really more of what I'm proud of when it's a performance. I'm just like, yeah, girl, you didn't need the lyrics. You didn't need, you know, you were in good voice.
and you're
You know,
giving it to it.
everything aligned. You know, it was good sound. You know, those are the performances that are like, okay, that was special. You know.
Right. Got
Mm-hmm.
you. Well, what are we working on? Because the holidays is here. Your voice is built for Christmas. Like, what we doing?
I know. I just I recorded, of course I have my own. Let me lead with that. Let me lead with my own. I got a Christmas EP called Don't Want to Wait
Yes.
Till Christmas, and that is out and
It's so, I'm
available on.
already in it.
Yay!
I was like, is it too soon? Whatever.
Everything that we've been through, honey, it ain't too soon. We could have been
As
playing this
soon
back
as
in
Mariah
September.
said it was okay,
That's right. That's right.
it's
That's
we
right.
good.
So I have that, and I'm gonna be doing a PBS special that's gonna be just available, just a virtual show that's gonna be available on their website and all their platforms. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a little PBS special of those songs. Um, some people have seen already. I did a duet with my darling Stevie Mackey, who I actually grew up with, and we did a duet. And that album is that's his first debut album, which is incredible. It's got Jennifer Lopez on it, and who else does he have on it? He has JoJo on it. So that's a really great record, and I'm so happy to
That's
be
so
able to
dope. I
help my
didn't even know
brother
he
out.
was putting something out.
I know. It's about time. It's about time. And then I just posted that somebody who I just completely adore. I love his music, and I tell him all the time, like it gets me through. Like it, you know, this girl, this was some strange times. This last, you know, as a Black woman, just what we have gone. We were in the depths, and then now we in the White House. But honey, we have gone all these crazy narratives that have been about Black women, and just, you know, it has been tough. And his music has always been a constant for me, and that is none other than PJ Morton, who I love him. I love him. So I did a duet with him on his deluxe Christmas album. So that's on the Christmas. And then I did another collaboration with Greg Fillinganes for this film that I'm doing. It's actually like this, the whole backstory on the song Silent Night. So they literally had people all over the world doing a version of Silent Night. And so I did a version with Greg Fillinganes. Honey, we took it to church. And so that's going to be coming out very, very soon. And so yeah, that's just this year. God has been so good. I've just been so busy nonstop, and you know, just trying to stay creative and you know, just bringing light in whatever way we can.
Bringing light, you know, because the song that I was playing on the way in when I was, you know, introing you are enough of that record is such a beautiful, like, affirmational, just feel good song. So I love that you do that with your talent as well. It's like, of course, I want you to sing all the jazz tunes and all the Christmas songs. I want you to be a Disney princess. I want you to do all the things. I just need you everywhere. But the fact that when you make your own music and you choose to go that route with it, I think is so dope. Because, like, you got what it takes to be like, yeah, let me give it to you. But you know what? I love that you don't.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you for saying that. Yeah. Thank you for saying that. You know, that's what I want my legacy to be. You know, I feel like lately a lot of people have been talking about legacy and what we want to leave behind. You know, you think about just so many people that we lost this year, and we still are thinking of them. We're still thinking about the light and the love and the work that they left behind. And so for me, that's what I want people to be able to say is that, you know, Sheléa tried, man. She tried to use her music and her platform to bring light and love and encouragement to people. You know?
Yeah, and you do. And I mean, ain't nothing wrong with bringing it. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
We want to bring it. We want to bring it.
Ain't nothing wrong with bringing it. But you know what I mean. And I'm glad you understood what I was saying by that. Can we just get a taste of your voice? Just so, like, even if you, because I have a new show called The Danielle Young Show. And if you wanted to make like a little quick impromptu Sheléa.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I gotta get my lyrics together because they know my lyrics be busted. Okay, let's see. I wish I had my keyboard over, but
I know, right?
But it's okay. Let me see. Okay. This is the Danielle Young Show. Blue Ivy's best friend, the content queen.
Sheléa! Girl.
But that's not a theme song. That was just trying to do whatever.
That's just a riff. We can come back to that. That's cute.
Danielle Show. Danielle Show, she's a queen. Oh, it's Danielle Show. Danielle Show. Danielle Show, she's a queen.
Yeah, you see, that's that talent, y'all. That's that God-given talent, just on the fly. Beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna have to put a little TM or whatever, get it.
That's yours, baby. That's yours. That's yours.
You, Sheléa. Before you leave, I must put your daddy up here because I'm sorry, I gotta do it. Your daddy is a zaddy. I said,
girls get in my DMs talking about, can I be your young stepmama?
How's your mom? Is everything okay? Can she fight?
But my dad is 65 years old. He's going to be 66 this year.
Girl, your family, they fine.
They fine. My daddy's fine. My mama's fine.
They
You
fine.
know, I'm just hoping that I can just have a little bit. Because you know the thing is, don't you feel like, you know, they just made him different back then? Like,
do we have that? Is there any more? Is there any more left?
But like even
like
strength, like I
has a little bit. Morris Chestnut has it. Morris Chestnut has it. You know that. Oh, he gonna be fine. Like
he's gonna be fine forever.
He gonna be fine forever. Like that's
forever,
what
ever.
Like.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us that have it. Honestly, like Nia Long, Sade.
Well, but to me, like yes, and you're absolutely right. I was like for instance, like I have an aunt, my mom's sister, who's also very beautiful, and she's just so strong. Like even how they had kids, like you know, just kind of seem like they pop them out easily.
And we be like, sorry, I'm triggered. Can't.
Right. It just feels like they made them different back then.
They really did. My grandmother.
Maybe it was the food.
People.
Maybe it's all the shit that's in the food now. I don't know.
Definitely
I don't know.
that. But it's the government. It's a lot of things that are happening.
It is.
We can't even breathe air no more. It's a lot of just, wow, the world has really changed. But wow, they really don't make them like your father anymore.
I know.
Unless they do, please, another family reunion that I would love to just attend.
I know. Everybody's married. He only has one brother, and he's about to.
Ain't no other men's in the family.
There's no other men's in the family. There's actually a lot of girls on my dad's side, and also on my mom's side. It's a lot of girls too. But you know, we gonna find they out there. I was so on that tip, and then Phil just arrived. I'm like, okay, I guess there really are really gorgeous, sweet guys still out there, just roaming the earth,
just roaming the earth, driving up in Maseratis, honey. I claim it. Sheléa, when this is over, please feel free to send me an email of your prayer. Would love that. I'm not gonna share it.
But let me tell you, the prayer is, I love me. God, help me to keep loving me. That's the prayer. Like, tell you, that's what it is. It's God, help me to love me.
I feel like that's what Sierra said and what Megan Good said.
I
feel like it's in there. It's in the pocket. It's supposed to be not about what you can get.
Yes.
But what you're giving.
Yes. And who you are. And who you are. Because, you know, and also your expectations, again, like I can't say this enough, like we see it in our Disney movies, and every rom-com is like we just want somebody to just come rescue us, and you know, and I'm not saying that women can't be rescued. I'm not like this crazy blazing feminist who says a man can't do shit for me, because that's not my testimony.
Because he sure can.
Okay, because he sure can. Okay.
Would love that for me.
Okay. So I'm not saying that by any stretch, but I'm just saying that you really have to know your worth and know who you are, and know that your worth comes from God and not from any man choosing you. That's all I'm really saying. Like, my worth does not come because somebody wanted to marry me, because somebody wants to wipe me up, because that's not where my worth comes from. Is that a blessing? Yes, it's a blessing, but it doesn't determine my worth.
But it doesn't make or break who you are in the world.
No.
That's the message. To all the young ladies who put the rings in your profile, please. I'm just playing. That's so real. I'm just playing. But you said a message, Sheléa. You said what you said.
Yeah.
Thank you. This has been such a complete and utter joy of my evening on this day. I appreciate you. I appreciate learning more about you, teasing you about your daddy.
I love it.
Yes.
This has been the most just real, comfortable, authentic conversation. No, I promise you. And I always like to say something nice because, you know, I just believe in affirming people. But I promise you, like, this just felt so natural. I just felt like I could really be myself. And so you have this beautiful light about you, and I just feel so blessed to have been able to share this time and space with you. Like, for real, for real.
Thank you.
I mean
That
it. I
means
really
so
mean
much
it.
to me. Thank you.